What if I told you that the most enigmatic personality type, the INFJ, carries a unique set of challenges that often go unnoticed? We're about to embark on a fascinating journey into the depths of the INFJ psyche, exploring not just their remarkable gifts, but the subtle yet significant areas where they might find themselves wanting. If you've ever felt like something was missing in your life as an INFJ, or if you're curious about understanding these rare individuals better, you're in the right place. The INFJ paradox, masters of understanding others, yet misunderstood themselves. The irony of being an INFJ lies in their extraordinary ability to read others while remaining largely illegible themselves. Think of it as possessing a psychological superpower that only works in one direction. INFJ have an almost supernatural ability to pick up on others' emotions, motivations, and unspoken thoughts. They can walk into a room and immediately sense the emotional atmosphere, understanding complex interpersonal dynamics without a word being spoken. However, this gift comes with a significant blind spot. When it comes to allowing others to understand them, INFJ often find themselves at a loss. They build intricate emotional and mental walls, not out of distrust, but because they're so accustomed to being the observer rather than the observed. This creates a peculiar situation where the INFJ, despite their deep desire for genuine connection, often feels profoundly alone in a crowd of people who know them only superficially. They struggle to translate their rich inner world into words that others can understand, leading to a sense of isolation even in their closest relationships. The hidden cost of being too agreeable. Deep within the INFJ personality lies a powerful desire to maintain harmony, often at a steep personal cost. This isn't just about being nice or polite, it's a fundamental aspect of their nature that can sometimes work against their own well-being. INFJ often find themselves saying yes when every fiber of their being is screaming no, not because they're weak or indecisive, but because they can viscerally feel the disappointment or discomfort their refusal might cause others. This excessive agreeableness manifests in various ways. An INFJ might take on additional projects at work, despite being overwhelmed, simply because they can sense their colleagues' stress and want to help. They might sit through hours of social interaction when their emotional batteries are completely drained, just to avoid making others feel rejected. They often find themselves in the role of emotional caretaker in their relationships, setting aside their own emotional needs to tend to others. The long-term effects of this pattern can be devastating. Without healthy boundaries, INFJ often experience severe burnout, emotional exhaustion, and a growing sense of resentment. They might find themselves giving so much of their energy to others that they have nothing left for their own growth and well-being. This creates a cycle where their natural empathy, instead of being a gift, becomes a burden that weighs heavily on their shoulders. The perfectionism trap, when good isn't good enough. Perhaps one of the most debilitating challenges INFJ face is their relentless pursuit of perfection. This isn't your garden variety perfectionism, it's a deep-seated, almost existential drive that affects every aspect of their lives. INFJ don't just want things to be good, they want them to be transformatively, meaningfully perfect. This mindset stems from their ability to envision ideal scenarios with crystal clarity, coupled with their deep desire to make a positive impact on the world. This perfectionism manifests in their creative pursuits, where INFJ might spend countless hours refining a project, never quite satisfied with the result. It shows up in their relationships, where they constantly compare their real connections to the ideal relationships they've envisioned. It affects their career choices, where they might hesitate to pursue opportunities unless they feel completely prepared and certain of success. The real tragedy of this perfectionism is that it often prevents INFJ from taking action at all. They become so paralyzed by the gap between their vision and reality that they struggle to begin projects, share their work, or put themselves out there in meaningful ways. This creates a painful cycle where their greatest ideas and most meaningful contributions remain locked inside their minds, never seeing the light of day. The social battery dilemma. At first glance, INFJ might appear to be social butterflies. They can engage in deep, meaningful conversations, show genuine interest in others, and create authentic connections. However, beneath this social capability lies a crucial limitation: their quickly depleting social battery. This isn't just about being introverted, it's about the intense energy expenditure that comes from their unique way of engaging with others. When INFJ interact with people, they're not just participating in surface-level conversation. They're simultaneously processing multiple layers of information, verbal and non-verbal cues, emotional undercurrents, potential hidden meanings, and the broader context of the interaction. This deep, Intuitive processing requires enormous energy, much like running multiple complex programs on a computer simultaneously. The challenge becomes particularly apparent in group settings or extended social situations. An INFJ might start the day feeling energetic and engaged, only to find themselves completely drained after a few hours of social interaction. This rapid energy depletion can lead to what many INFJ describe as a social hangover, a period where they need significant alone time to process, recharge, and restore their emotional equilibrium. The challenge of practical matters. While INFJ excel in the realm of ideas, emotions, and abstract thinking, they often struggle with the concrete aspects of daily life. This isn't just about being absent-minded, it's about their natural tendency to focus on the big picture while overlooking the details that make up everyday existence. Their dominant introverted intuition is so focused on patterns and future possibilities that the present, physical world can sometimes feel like a challenging foreign language. This manifests in various ways throughout their daily lives. An INFJ might be brilliant at developing complex theoretical frameworks, but struggle to maintain a consistent exercise routine. They might be able to counsel others through life's biggest challenges but forget to pay their bills on time. Their living space might alternate between periods of perfect organization when they're focused on it, and complete chaos when their mind is occupied with bigger questions. The expression gap when words fail. For a personality type often gifted with writing and creative expression, INFJ paradoxically struggle with in the moment verbal communication of their thoughts and feelings. This isn't due to a lack of depth or insight, quite the opposite. Their internal world is so rich and complex that translating it into linear, verbal communication can feel like trying to describe a four-dimensional object in a three-dimensional world. INFJ process information in a unique way, taking in various pieces of data and intuitions, letting them simmer in their subconscious, and eventually arriving at profound insights. However, this process takes time, and when they're put on the spot to explain their thoughts or feelings immediately, they often find themselves at a loss for words. This can be particularly frustrating in situations that require quick responses or immediate emotional expression. The decision-making maze. Decision-making for INFJ is a complex process that often feels like navigating a labyrinth blindfolded. Their natural ability to see multiple perspectives and potential outcomes, combined with their desire to make choices that benefit everyone involved, can turn even simple decisions into elaborate mental exercises. This isn't just about being indecisive, it's about the weight they place on each decision and their awareness of how choices ripple out to affect others. When faced with a decision, INFJ don't just consider the immediate practical implications. They analyze potential emotional impacts, long-term consequences, and how the decision aligns with their values and vision for the future. While this thoroughness can lead to wise choices, it can also result in decision paralysis, where the INFJ becomes so overwhelmed by possibilities that they struggle to move forward. The self-advocacy struggle. One of the most striking paradoxes of the INFJ personality is their fierce advocacy for others coupled with a notable difficulty in standing up for themselves. They can eloquently argue for causes they believe in, defend friends and family members with passion, and fight tirelessly for social justice. However, when it comes to their own needs, rights, and boundaries, they often fall strangely silent. This struggle with self-advocacy stems from multiple sources. First, their natural empathy makes them acutely aware of how their assertions might affect others, often leading them to minimize their own needs to avoid causing discomfort. Second, their perfectionist tendencies can make them question whether their needs are truly valid or important enough to voice. Finally, their desire for harmony can make them hesitant to create any form of conflict, even when standing up for themselves is completely justified. The challenge of living in the present. INFJ often find themselves living more in their minds than in the present moment. Their dominant cognitive function, introverted intuition, naturally pulls them toward future possibilities and abstract patterns, making it challenging to fully engage with the here and now. This isn't just occasional daydreaming, it's a fundamental aspect of how they process and interact with the world. This future-oriented thinking can make it difficult for INFJ to fully appreciate present experiences. They might be physically present at a celebration, but mentally planning future events or analyzing past interactions. This tendency can impact their ability to form connections in the moment and fully enjoy simple pleasures that require present-moment awareness. The authenticity versus harmony battle. INFJ face a constant internal struggle between their deep need for authentic self-expression and their equally strong desire to maintain harmony in their relationships. This isn't a simple matter of choosing between being honest or being nice. It's a complex dance between their true selves and their adaptive personas, each serving different but important purposes in their lives. At their core, INFJ value authenticity deeply. They have strong convictions, complex emotional landscapes, and unique perspectives they long to share. However, their ability to read others and their desire to maintain peaceful, positive relationships often leads them to modify their self-expression. They might soften their opinions, hide their true feelings, or adapt their behavior to match what they sense others expect or need from them. Breaking free from self-doubt. Despite their insights and capabilities, INFJ often grapple with persistent self-doubt. This isn't just occasional uncertainty, it's a deep-seated pattern of questioning their judgments, despite their usually accurate intuitions. This self-doubt can be particularly challenging because it conflicts with their natural intuitive abilities, creating an internal tug-of-war between what they sense is true and their tendency to second-guess themselves. The need for external validation. A particularly challenging aspect of the INFJ personality is their complex relationship with validation. While they're skilled at validating others' experiences and emotions, they often struggle to extend the same understanding to themselves. This creates a dependency on external validation that can be both frustrating and emotionally draining. This need for external validation isn't about simple praise or approval. Instead, it stems from their desire to ensure their insights and contributions are truly valuable and meaningful to others. They might spend hours helping someone through a difficult situation but still question whether their support was helpful enough. They might receive positive feedback on their work but continue to wonder if they're really making a difference. Conclusion: the path to growth and integration. Understanding what INFJ lack isn't about highlighting deficiencies, it's about recognizing opportunities for growth and development. Each of these challenges represents not just a limitation, but a potential pathway to greater self-awareness and personal evolution. The key lies in accepting these aspects while actively working to develop complementary strengths. For INFJ, the journey toward personal growth involves learning to balance their natural tendencies with practical skills and strategies. This might mean developing stronger boundaries while maintaining their empathy, learning to express themselves more directly while preserving harmony, or finding ways to ground themselves in the present moment while honoring their future-oriented thinking. The beauty of this journey lies in the understanding that these lacks are often the flip side of their greatest strengths. By acknowledging and working with these challenges, INFJ can develop a more integrated personality that maintains their unique gifts while building resilience in areas of growth. Remember, the goal isn't to fundamentally change who they are, but to expand their capabilities in ways that enhance their natural talents. Through this process of growth and integration, INFJ can learn to navigate their challenges while staying true to their authentic selves, ultimately becoming more balanced, fulfilled individuals who can more effectively share their gifts with the world. This journey of self-discovery and growth is ongoing, and each step forward represents progress toward becoming their most authentic and capable selves. By embracing both their strengths and their areas for growth, INFJ can work toward a more balanced existence that honors their unique perspective while developing the practical skills they need to thrive in the world.